Asiatic.
That's how I know when someone at work's trying to send a message or whatever. But hey ho, away we go.
Yeah, you got it to do.
I got it on this time. Outwind. Where are you off to?
I don't want my spine rubbing against the 1888 wall.
Yeah, I know, but it's a bit of roughage. So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Blethers today.
For the 6th episode.
The sixth
Dave and
the
Bruichladdich.
Dave and Bruichladdich episode. Dave Brodie, we're talking about Bruichladdich. Fantastic episode, pretty amusing.
That was absolute chaos by the end.
Chaos by the end of it, quite amusing for those that actually saw the whole episode. The last 10 minutes had me in fits of laughter.
Yeah. Only the two cameras today. We can't even rely on Dave.
Can't even rely on Dave. His technology was
Excuse
amazing.
Dave,
Well, it looked the part anyway. I don't know if it was any better than ours, but he had all them lovely things around the screen. Which was...
Yeah, but the point is, was supposed to be our show. He wound up telling all the stories, dealing out all the booze. It was his footage at the end because
he made himself at home, didn't he?
We just come in here looking at the bottles we hadn't seen for a while. I tore through them.
But then again, we got Dave on. He's given us a really good plug on his Twitter feed and things like that. So it's
that sounds a little mercenary. Sounds a little sort of payback.
It's all right, yeah.
But if it's any indication of the truth, it'd be gorgeous when the next time we have him up.
Look at that shirt. Look at that shirt.
If you would agree to.
The Attic, all Islay Whisky. Merchandise, clothing. I think we mentioned it in a previous Blethers that we will actually give one of these away as a prize at some stage. It might be a case because we order them as and when we need them, that it might be a case you need to give us your measurements and sizes and we'll order you one.
I do not care at all, so I can't imagine anyone out there cares about that.
Lots of people will care about it because this is quality merchandise. Anyway, the Bruichladdich one. Loads of stuff we needed to research and clarify with that episode.
Yeah, I'm not sure if any of that's going to stick in my head at all. Oh, then the annoying stuff is I couldn't find half the things I was looking for.
Yeah, get your list out. You can have your list. You're not professional anyway.
I'm trying to cheat. First of all, trying to
do it from memory.
Yeah, we were doing something else a moment ago, so that's why we're poured already. But
yeah, we've been up here. We just couldn't wait for you lot.
More
we just
mystery drams.
Mystery drams again, though. Beautiful. Yeah, the bag, jingle jangle, rattle, jewellery.
It's more a case of whiskey by now.
It's getting big. There's a good couple of bottles worth of whiskey in there now, I'd imagine. And all mysterious stuff.
So no, he was right. So Dave said about the first thing in my head here is. First thing was I couldn't find anything about Xi'an. That's possible.
And this is the shop, the whiskey shop in China.
Yeah,
the Bruichladdich shop.
I've definitely seen this though. I saw it when it opened, and so it might be a thing because I did stay in a hotel once in China that was there's a brand called the Swiss Hotel.
Oh, right.
There's like a 5-star worldwide.
Yeah.
And it turned out that this one was a fake Swiss hotel. Nobody from they had all the towels,
like
all the napkins.
Watch.
It was a knockoff hotel, a knockoff 5-star hotel that I stayed in. Right, so it's maybe this Bruichladdich boutique in Xi'an was completely fake.
As well.
Yeah, it has since been closed down or something. But I'll try and find out about it more. And I'll do a separate one outside at some point about talking about my favourite or that Applewood. That's too much to go into here.
It's just
complicated. So anyway, the X4, Dave said it was this ancient recipe that had been discovered. The actual story is not bad. It's just this traveller from Skye,
right,
1695, talking about the different types of spirit that were getting run off here. Yeah, and it was basically the legend of it is it's his own writing. It's discovering the Western Islands of Scotland, some book like that. Basically, take a sip and it'll make you invincible. Take another sip and you'll go blind. Take a third sip and it'll be such a threat to your heart that you might die on the spot.
Yeah, you don't want to market it like that, though, would you? If you're Bruichladdich,
oh, that would.
Fair.
Listen, we keep going on about the classy business and like getting into this. You think about what you drink when you're a teenager. If that was how it was marketed, you would instantly. I had 9 bottles of this stuff. This with 3 sips should kill you.
I'm sorry. I was Googling or researching Ian Jones because he had the song that was on YouTube for My Bruichladdich Dram.
I didn't recognise him from the name, but the second I saw his
soon
face,
you
like,
saw
I
the
know
picture,
him.
yeah.
He's really quiet.
He is
It's
like such an, I'd call him introverted. But he's
Yeah,
a lovely,
extremely.
he's a lovely
Yeah.
guy. And he sang this song called My Bruichladdich Dram.
To put himself out there with the...
Yeah, but apparently, I'm sure someone told me that he actually got given a couple of bottles of whiskey from Bruichladdich because obviously it was nice that someone had done that sort of thing. But I can't find it on YouTube anymore, and that's where I saw it. I've even looked at Ian's Facebook page to see if there's any trace of hiding hair.
If you have the... can you send us a link and we can...
Yeah. So anyone wants to send us any information or any questions, then our email address is the attic 1888
I'll put it up at the end.
put it up at the end at gmail.com. 1888 because the wall, the house is built in 1888. So yeah, that was the one of the ones I researched. What else did I do? John Boy Walton.
Oh, of course, he was talking about
Giant John Boy Walton.
8'4", I think is what Dave said.
8'4". Well, I couldn't find any hiding hair of this guy. Every time you look up John Boy Walton, it's the bloody TV show, The Waltons, on Walton Mountain. Couldn't find anything, but I did find some other bloke. Can't remember his name.
You beat him anyway. Even if Dave was telling the truth, you got him beat.
Yeah, I found someone that the tallest man, and he was 8'11", American guy. Died at the age of 22, which is really sad. He's like 400. Did I say 490 pounds or something?
You were saying big stats. I can't remember the numbers you said.
But his hands, from wrist to tip of his fingers, was a foot. 12-inch hands.
What was it, 9 foot wingspan?
Yeah, he's 9'5" arm span. So fingertip to fingertip, he was 9'5". But died at the age of 22, which is really sad. 1940, that was.
What was
1940.
his name?
Can't remember.
It was John. Oh no, Robert Wadler.
Robert Woodlow or something like that. Yeah, American guy, but huge. See the photographs of him on.
And he looks nice. It looks a shame.
Like he's a really nice guy. But,
twice the like his dad's the tallest there. I think
his dad looked the tallest. He didn't even come up to the bottom of his tie. Like he's wearing a shirt and tie. He didn't even come to the bottom of his tie. It's funny, but bless him. But anyway, so Dave, Mr. Brodie, I don't know what you're talking about, John Boy Walton. I'm going to leave you to research that.
His record wasn't bad.
No,
Dave's record was like we were sort of like
absolutely.
We tried to hold sceptical everything that David said. Like let's
look that up. He's had a bit of a bevy now. We just take everything he says with a pinch of salt. But you know what? He was pretty bloody good. But Bruichladdich is the one he likes, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? He likes the history, he likes the tales, the story of it. Did you get anything else?
What did I get? I'm gonna have to cheat. I have to look at my list.
See, I knew he would. Mr. Professional with his.
Yeah, Mr. Professional. Oh well, what was it? 1994 to 2000.
Yeah,
all of us were all over the place on that. the dates were just
closest because I'm skilled.
I think maybe Dave was just being polite and well maybe you're right. Well, let's just leave this open to but so 1994 to 2000. So that plays into what you'd be drinking at different times.
Yeah,
tons of closing times and then.
Yeah, they mothballed 4 times, didn't they?
And our lovely lady. Tiffany Blue.
Tiffany Blue
has participated in a very free and easy, lovely, romantic comedy, I suppose, with several other women. Romancing Raven. That's her greatest work. That's if you want to look up that, fun for all the family.
It was a porn movie.
Come on now, none of that. That's
she's a
porn is just a label.
She made one movie.
Porn is just a label.
Adult entertainer. That's what I like to be called, which is good.
We probably should not watch it. That would be a bit.
It's wrong. It's just wrong. We don't need all that.
Yeah, it's not much of like porn star as in like VHSrentals.94.com or whatever.
This is one you'll find on Betamax in the back of your dad's attic somewhere.
Dave was asking if we've got much porn up here. It would be this. Yeah, there's all the paper stuff.
No, let me tell you, there isn't. But anyway, so Tiffany Blue. And the link to that, I don't know if anybody didn't see the actual first episode or see it all and saw that bit. That was basically the colour. It's a Tiffany, the jewellery store in America. That's the blue that they're synonymous for is actually very, very similar to the colour blue that Bruichladdich used. The Bruichladdich blue. That's why we kind of researched Tiffany Blue. And then it's like Dave obviously made the connection. That sounds like a porn star name. And there we go. So we've given you the info on that. which is nice.
Well, we don't want to talk about the woman so long, and then it turns out, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it was just fun to find out that she's real. She's
because it was like just sounded
she just
so
appeared out
obscure.
of nowhere.
It was a perfect name for that. But anyway, yeah. What else did we get? WMD.
Oh, aye. Well done.
The whiskey of mass distinction. Now I looked into this one because this is all CIA and all this sort of stuff, wasn't it? In America, that Dave was talking now.
Well, exactly.
It's actually linked to the Yellow Submarine.
2000, they'd just be a few months ahead of, unfortunately, the Twin Towers thing, and then anything becomes a candidate for "Are you the enemy of the free world?"
Yeah. So this is basically the story was that locals had gone to, there was a distillery that was being demolished and pulled apart, so some of the locals from here actually went over to, I think it was down on the Clyde somewhere, and they basically demolished this warehouse. They were bringing loads of the parts back to help
barges or something.
Yeah, it brought it all back to help with Bruichladdich during leaner times when they're a bit short of money. They could recycle some of the stuff they'd got from this other distillery, and then obviously the Americans had got wind of it and seen pictures of it or something, so they thought that it was going to be brought to Bruichladdich, and they were making weapons of mass destruction out of it.
They're like smuggling in dodgy equipment.
Yeah, they were bringing equipment in to make this stuff. Yeah, so but it wasn't the CIA. It was I can't remember what the thing was called now. Who the authority that were investigating it or looking into it. But anyway, is it the Mr. Rainier himself basically picked up on that, and he's kind of elaborated a bit on the story to make it all like the CIA.
It was a phone call.
Yeah, it was only a phone call to say, you know, what's going on with a couple of boats, and they explained it, and that was it. So because of the American authority that were asking the question, he's elaborated making out CIA of this, and we're all being investigated. That's when they made the Yellow Submarine drams were called the WMDs, but the whiskies of mass. No, was it whiskey of mass distinction rather than weapons?
Well, it wasn't baseless. At least
it wasn't baseless. It was a good shout from Dave yet again.
Spy industry, you know.
But again, you know, it's is it Mark Rainier? What's his name? Mark. Yeah. So he's the one that basically elaborated on it. And again, when you're starting up a new business, I suppose anything that draws people's attention to it is a good thing. So anyway, that's where that story was from, and we're doing ever so well here, mate. Anything else? What else you got?
We're just charging through this. As we say, I think the first thing is going to have to be I'm out, so I'm going to get another mystery dram. I'll get a peated one.
Peated one. Well, do you want me to pick you one then?
Yeah.
Because the bag's see-through at the minute. I'll hold it up and show you guys in a second, but I'm just going to do a mystery delve. And
is there any way of getting this in front of the camera?
Oh!
No, they're just going to topple out.
You're getting a good look in there. Look at all that lovely jubbly. But there's the dram there.
Lovely, man, thank you.
And here's our little bag so far of our peated drams. Quite a few, and there's probably about a bottle's worth or so. If it was to be an A bottle, but we're going to get a nice new bag to put the lucky dip one in. Liquid gold.
Amazing collection.
Well, it's 1 for sorrow, 3 for joy, 7 for a girl, and 4 for a boy. Don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off my blue suede shoes. Ho ho ho.
I'm actually good with the dram one I'm on at the minute. It's very, very nice. What are you doing there? Getting the vegetation out. It's cobwebs, spiders, there's all sorts of char.
There's a bit of char.
There's a bit of char, is it? That's
well, it's
good.
hard to see because it might just be a curled up spider.
I just think the char, if you get a bit of that black in your glass, chances are that's a hand filled. And secondly, you're getting a meal and a drink in one.
You're talking shade.
You should charge more for that. Oh, that's a bit pale, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I reckon I know what that is. I don't really. I've got no idea. And I don't care. It's his jam, the peated one.
Yeah, you can suffer all you
Not
like.
for me. You can eat, drink and be merry with that.
Be civil at least, come on now.
Well, let's have a chink. Look at that noise. We've got that down pat now. So yeah, Bruichladdich, what a good episode that was. Thoroughly enjoyed that with Dave up here, and we are 150% going to get Dave up. You alright then, mate?
Well then.
What have you got there then?
Yeah, that might be a little bit of somebody else's version of X4, you know, there's a little bit of...
Is that not BMW? No.
Yep, sip small. Go easy.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just it's strong, and it's only just turned the corner from new make, I think.
As our colonial cousins would call it, it's a kick in the pants. Is that what is it? That's what some Americans call it. Kick in the pants.
From like World War II or something.
Yeah. Oh.
You've been watching old films?
No, this is what I've actually had people say on my tastings in the warehouse there at work. So yeah, Dave.
Gee willikers, that's a kick in the pants.
Gee, what
that's,
willikers?
That's something to write home about, I tell you, boy.
That sounds bloody Irish, not American. What's that we are?
I don't know. I'm just trying to fathom, trying to dredge up old sayings, old ways
of movies. It must have been old gangster movies from Bosch. Anyway, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that one with Dave. He'll be coming back up with us, and
he's offered. We could not be happier if we can get him up again.
Yeah, absolutely, thoroughly enjoyable. And like I say, he bought us a wee bottle of Canadian whiskey, and we're actually going to do a review on that in a later episode.
Ah, yeah, we'll get out to the old, try and tie it in with a bit of North American.
So, well, it's a future episode. We don't go too mad. Yeah. The only one we need to tell them about in a minute is what's coming up next episode. What's the next dram? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have we got any more Bruichladdich to do? Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
So we've researched a lot. There's still going to be the odd bits and pieces there, but like I say, you'll get our email address at the end of it, or you can just comment below. Below this episode, there's the ability to stick a comment under there. So if you've got any questions or anything that you picked up that we haven't seen, just stick it on our YouTube channel and let us know. Any information that we haven't got that you might know is going to be obviously useful, beneficial, and we might even get a shout out if you're of any help whatsoever. If you're not, we'll probably not bother, because we like that.
You may even mock them.
May mock, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
like the person that mocked you, because of your jacket, accused you of stealing it from Ralphie.com.
Yeah. That's actually pretty good.
You've got your nice shirt on today. Okay, nice.
I didn't realise he was famous for that. I didn't realise he.
All he ever does is wear these plaid jackety things. Yeah, that's all Ralphie ever wears in his bothy there, wherever he is. But but these people have seen our show round of the attic by now.
I'm not sure where that would have gone in. I'll probably chuck it in a few things. I was so happy with that.
We've actually taken a video of the remainder of the attic just to prove that we are actually here in the loft.
It's a proper studio.
It's not a studio.
There's a few. It's not a studio. Sorry,
it's a proper studio. Jesus, no, don't say that. My video is proving that it's not, and you're saying it is.
But people are complaining about the content, but I don't see the problem myself. Yeah, it seems perfectly harmless.
Absolutely. So, what are we going to do with the next episode? Should we talk about that one?
All right, yeah. Well,
we're heading west. We're heading west in our next one. Kilchoman. Not Kilchoman, for those that call it that. It's Kilchoman. It's a little farm distillery. We've got a nice little wee bottle of whiskey to open, which we'll show you. We might even take that down there and open it on the beach.
It's one of the. It's yet another amazing
stunning
area on the island. So,
so we might just take another outside broadcast down there, and we'll possibly open the dram on the beach. But we might do a little bit of outside broadcast. But we'll probably come back here and finish up the rest here, so we can actually sit and have a drink as well and carry on and talking a bit about it throughout the episode. But obviously we'll do some as a live broadcast. But
I'm breathing fire here.
You are.
Every time I breathe, it's
Mother of Dragons. Yes. But anyway, so that'll be a nice next episode, won't it? Because they're one of the new ones.
To that, yeah.
They're the second youngest on the island now.
Such a lovely outfit, but I don't really know that much.
Yeah, little farm distillery, family run. I think the owners are husband, or the runners, managers are husband and wife, and their two sons are like ambassadors that go all over. But we'll look into that. That's the
story I've heard, but yeah, we'll see it first.
Yeah, we'll get more information and stuff like that, and they're doing good things. So it'll be interesting. We've got a nice wee bottle there already, waiting to go. And there will be a tie-in to the video of that bottle. So, yeah. I
think that's enough of you, because there's going to be extra bits tagged on to the end of this.
Right, I'll shut up then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. Thanks for sitting and listening to us. And apologies for all the stuff that we spoke about in the Bruichladdich episode. And I had no idea until we researched it whether any of it was true, which is our normal thing. So, stay tuned. like I say, the next episode will be Kilchoman. And stay following because there's more to come after us. Thanks a lot, guys. Nice to see you. Cheers, Rodders.
Yeah. Let's get the clang.
Speak soon. Ciao. Fucking horrible is that?
Give it a go. It isn't horrible, but it's you need to go from like a small sip down to a minuscule sip to get. I mean,
I think I know what it is. I really do. Fuck me on the nose. That just singed all my nose hair.
Yeah.
Get out.
I'm just a bit of an alchy. Like I come round on fierce things like this and just get used to it, and it's.
You think I've got heartburn? That would stop my heart. That would. I think our sign's gone out.